$60 billion to Ukraine. Does anyone think 2 to 3% of that money has been taken and lined the pockets? Are you fucking kidding, Romaine? The graft is actually closer to 50%. Who's involved in Ukraine, right? Where's old boy Georgie S, right? You know who I'm talking about. Or the Davos, all the people that what should have happened is we should have just put a fence around Davos is what should have happened. All of your elites, right? While they're in Davos with the New World Order and the Great Reset, and we have to put these things in and all these implants and all this stuff, right? They didn't talk about the hole in the ozone. They didn't talk about green energy. They didn't talk about all of them flying in on private jets. They only talked about how they were going to control you and I. $13 billion back to the State Department. Yeah. So here's a good example, right? $85 billion came into Kentucky for the tornadoes, right? Half of it goes back to D.C. and gets split up. $10 billion goes to the state of Kentucky, and they build a new stadium, right? And then set up some new fucking ball team. Do you know that the people that got all their shit destroyed? Do you know that they fucking wanted to eminent domain their properties, and they offered to buy their properties for fucking $1,400, $2,000, $6,000? Do you know that those people, a lot of them are like, no, I'm not going to take that money. I couldn't ever rebuy my property. So they're still living there where all their shit was blown down. They're basically camping. Did you know that? You don't know that. Team Rubicon, right? Team Rubicon, who gets all this publicity and they hire all these vets, they don't. Do you know who they hire? They hire illegal aliens. That's who does all the work. So you had these NGOs up there doing all this work, helping all these people out who had no insurance or were single mothers whose husbands died in the storms. So NGOs come in and start rebuilding them, but FEMA's supposed to compensate them. FEMA has no budget for funding, so FEMA brings in their own labor, being migrant workers, and they can't cut the checks to the NGOs who did the work. So the NGOs actually donate the labor, but then they run the NGOs out of there. Did you know that happens? That happens every place there's a major.
I'm talking about Willis, one of the realest to try. My family, SOE, got the tools to survive. Yeah.